Am I the asshole for telling my fiancé that I don't need him? The other day, my fiancé and I were hanging out with his friend James and James's girlfriend Naomi. My fiancé currently owns a company that his dad started 18 years ago, as he inherited it upon his dad's passing 2 years ago. He's now extremely wealthy. When I got together with him 8 years ago, he was broke, depressed, and living in his sister's basement without a job. I worked full-time. Money never bothered me the way it bothered my fiancé. He is quite materialistic, whereas I'm the opposite. When I go shopping, I buy stuff for him, but I don't even remember the last time I had a desire to buy myself anything. Big, extravagant things just don't appeal to me. I drive a '07 Toyota, for crying out loud. With that said, I do currently own and operate my own business, but I make significantly less than my fiancé does now. I make about $56K a year, and he made around $120K last year. He made $250K-ish the year before, but it entirely depends on how much he works. He made less this year because he was out on a boat flaunting his lifestyle all summer. The money changed him. That's all I'm going to say. He's just different. His ego is completely inflated, and he feels untouchable. He has bought a huge house and has 5 different vehicles in our driveway. He buys me gifts constantly, but it's stuff I would never buy myself. Like, he bought me a Gucci handbag 3 days ago for our anniversary, knowing I don't use them. I obviously said thank you and acted totally appreciative, but he knows I don't like this stuff either, so it did hurt, and actions like this, which happen all the time, make me feel unheard. I'm an art junkie. I paint and draw. I read books constantly. I do not keep up with fashion statements. But instead of getting me a book or a canvas, he gets me a Gucci bag. IDK. It bothered me because he's trying to make me look better for him and his image. He hasn't outright said that. He tries saying, I just want you to have nice things. So, anyways, we are with James and Naomi the other day. James and I get along really well, but Naomi and I are just opposites. She's definitely big on appearance and money, and gives James a super hard time constantly for not providing a better life for them. She doesn't work. James is more laid back. He's happy with what he has, a cozy home, a couple cars, but nothing extravagant. The topic of money came up after Naomi mentioned James not making enough for them, and my fiancé starts gloating. He says he offered James a job, but James said no. But then he made the comment of, yeah, my lady wouldn't have nice things if it weren't for me. So I asked what he meant by that, and he said, well, we know you won't spend money on yourself for whatever reason, so you definitely wouldn't have nice things if I didn't get them. Like, look at this Gucci bag. You need me to get your stuff, or you would just never have anything. It was at that point that I told him I didn't need him or his gifts. He looked uncomfortable and said, well, I didn't mean it like that, and changed the subject. James and Naomi were just eyeballing us the whole time. After we left, he said I embarrassed him and that I shouldn't have said that shit because I took it out of context and made him look like an idiot. I told him he wasn't trying to impress Naomi by flaunting money. This wouldn't have happened. He has barely spoken to me since. AITA. Before he bought this giant house, I owned my own property. I bought us a 2-bedroom home 4 years ago. I currently rent it out because I like the house and didn't want to sell it. And yes, I've communicated my feelings on this stuff, and he says, when you got with me, I didn't have a penny to my name and I wasn't able to spoil you, so now I am. But when I tell him that I would be happier with a book or art supplies, he says that stuff is cheap or not good enough, and he wants me to experience.